Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be testing out the LA Colors Truly Matte Long Wearing High Pigment Foundation. So if you'd like to see a wear test and a review and my thoughts, please keep watching. So I'm going to bust out this super cute teddy bear headband that I found at Forever 21. So cute. Just put my hair back. Oh, it's so cute. It's like, where would I ever wear this besides filming, you know? I guess on Halloween, possibly. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep my skin and then I'm gonna read you some information. So as always, I'm using my Clinique Moisture Surge Spray. I'm almost out. I think I'm out. I'm finished with it. I'm definitely gonna be repurchasing that for sure. For primer today, I'm gonna be using the Milani Prime Light Face Primer. This says strobing and pore minimizing, which actually I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. Aqua Primer Mist first because I can't remember if that Milani one is like super hydrating. Oh my gosh. The sprayer on this e.l.f. thing is like, oh. So I'm really gonna be putting this foundation to the test today because we're gonna do yard work. Oh my gosh, if you guys could see my yard, it's so bad. Like last year we spent somewhere between like $200 and $300 on mulch, and we just mulched our whole backyard. And because we put up a above ground pool, and then we just put like little plants and stuff everywhere, and then we got so much rain in California this year. We got so many weeds, and then they died, and literally my entire backyard looks like the Konza Prairie in Kansas. Like everything's like dead for the most part, and it's just like that yellow, I don't know, yellow weed grass looking stuff. So I figured the three of us could spend like today and tomorrow and get it all picked up so that we can put our new pool up. So, and it's supposed to be like 90 today, so I'm really gonna be putting this foundation to the test. So I'm just applying that Milani face primer. And I wanted to use a matte foundation today just because I do plan on being outside and I do have dry skin, but if I need a foundation to last and weather and for like a long time, then I always use a matte foundation. There's only a few matte foundations I can use for my dry skin, so hopefully this will work out. I just find that matte foundations last longer throughout the day and the heat, so I'm hoping that's what we'll get from this. So the only thing that the bottle says is LA Colors Truly Matte Long Wearing High Pigment Foundation. You get 1.35 full ounces. I mean, the packaging is like, I thought it was glass, but I think it's just like a hard plastic, but for the price, you can't really complain. And it does have a pump, so that's always a plus. I have the shade Natural, and that's all it says. So I purchased my foundation from shophush.com. But I think Shop Hush is like revamping or something because I couldn't find it, couldn't get the website to load. So I just went to lacolors.com. This has 5 stars out of 90 reviews. It retails for $6. It says the long wearing high pigment formula applies as a liquid and blends to a beautiful matte powder-like finish. Ooh, I like that. Available in 14 shades to complement a wide range of skin tones. Didn't have a lot of information, but that's okay. So I'm gonna do sponge on one side, brush on the other, and I'm just gonna pump some. We'll do 2. We'll do 2 pumps. This looks like a pretty good shade match. I'm gonna use my Morphe sponge. I feel like I should have used a more hydrating primer, but too late now. Ooh, it's like a perfect shade match for me, I think. Looks like it anyways. Like, as you can tell, it's not super liquidy, but it's not super thick either. It's like a really nice consistency. And I don't really smell anything either, so. You know what else? It didn't say if it was light, medium, full coverage. It literally was like a sentence of details. But I think this is, just based off the 2 pumps, I think this is definitely buildable to full coverage. Oh yeah. Look at that. This is definitely full coverage foundation. Looks really nice on my skin. Just gonna go ahead and use the rest that's on the back of my hand. Looks really nice with a sponge too. I don't feel like the sponge soaked up a lot of the product either. Ooh, that looks nice. Let's do 2 more pumps. So I'm gonna do 2 more pumps on the back of my hand, and I'm using my Huda Beauty foundation brush. So right here, this little line is the foundation that I put on my hand for the sponge, and it does look like it oxidized just a little bit darker. And we all know I'm not a big fan of applying a foundation with a brush. And if I can get good coverage with a sponge, I won't even think twice about using a brush. I don't know, I just don't like it. Hopefully you can tell this did get a little darker. So, it does dry down just a tad darker, nothing crazy. So yeah, I think both sides look good, the sponge and the brush side, but I prefer the sponge side. So I'm just gonna wipe off the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna go over the brush side lightly and make sure there's no brush strokes. So I would definitely consider this foundation to be full coverage. I think it looks really nice. Doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't look like it's gonna be cakey like at all. Knock on wood. This is what my skin looks like up close. I think it looks really nice. So brush side, sponge side. I think it looks really nice. So I am planning on like matting out my entire face. So I am going to be setting my entire face with powder. But let's go ahead and apply some concealer. I'm just going to use my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is in the shade NW15. And I'm going to use this Morphe G38 to blend it out. I don't think they make this brush anymore, and it's a really good... I usually use the E45, but I wanted to give that brush a break for a little bit. And this is my other favorite Morphe brush to blend out concealer, and I feel like they like discontinued it. Why do companies always do that? It's like whenever I find literally anything, even food, if I find something that I'm like obsessed with, I swear it gets discontinued. Story of my life. I think this concealer and foundation look really nice together. Now for a little bit of cream contour. Actually, I'm going to take these Fenty sticks. I haven't used these in a while. So this one's in the shade Amber. I don't really reach for these because I feel like the formula is kind of dry. It's not very creamy. I'm going to use my Artis Oval 3. So tiny I can't even see it. Oh, so I'm gonna use this e.l.f. under eye powder. Ooh, I'm gonna bust this Sigma tapered highlighter F35 out. I haven't used this in forever. Just set my under eye real quick. Ooh, still a nice brush. That looks nice. And then I'm going to use my Airspun powder to set the rest of my face. My face doesn't feel like terribly sticky, but I'm going to use this big fluffy brush that I found at Marshall's. So this is what my skin looks like with the foundation, concealer, and powder. It looks really airbrushed, like flawless looking. And I like it. So it is 11:11 right now, so make a wish. I'm gonna go ahead and make that the call time because my base is pretty much finished. I really like it. I'm actually looking forward to putting some makeup on top of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face and I'll be back to let you guys know how everything went. For bronzer, I used my Jouer Bronzer Duo. This is in the shade Light to Medium. Then I added just a little bit of contour because I just wanted to deepen up my bronzer on the outer perimeter. So I went in with my Lorac Pro contour palette and I just took the light and medium contour shades. For blush, I used MAC Peaches, which is a shade right here. For eyes, I used this CoverGirl liquid liner in the shade 325. I thought it was matte, but to me it looks kind of shiny, and I just did like a little baby wing. And then I tightlined with my Maybelline gel liner. For lashes, I didn't wait long enough because I got impatient, but I used the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Primer. You have to wait for this to completely dry or it just makes your lashes fall, and I got impatient so my lashes don't look the best. But for mascara, I used the Wander Beauty Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara. For lips, I used the LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Liner in the shade Bare. I like this. I think this is a pretty good dupe for MAC Strip Down. It's really good. And then for lips, I used the Jordana Sweet Cream Matte Liquid Lip in the shade Creme Brulee. I feel like this whole lip combination is also a good dupe for the Kylie Lip Kit in the shade Kylie, which is like my favorite. But I am loving this lip combo. Then I took a little bit of this NYX Faux Whites Seashell, ran this in my waterline for highlighter. So I jumped into this Ofra Pro palette, but when mine came, some of the shades were broken, so I popped them out. As you can see, there's only like half the stuff left. So I took this highlighter right here, which I'm pretty sure is So Hollywood, and then I used these eyeshadows in here. I don't think that they have names. Yeah, there's no names on them. Let me look them up real quick. Oh, so I guess there are no shade names. It just says 2 full-size highlighters, 3 blushes, 1 pressed banana powder, 8 eyeshadows. I did not know that. So let's see if I can do just a close-up. So I just took this kind of matte cream shade right here, put it all over the lid. Then I took this kind of like red brown clay shade. It's like a light shade, and I threw that in my crease and on my lower lash line. And then I took this shimmer shade right here. I put that on the lid, and then I put a little bit into the crease as well. And then I took this darker kind of purpley brown shade and just kind of deepened up my lower lash line. So to set my face, I use my MAC Fix Plus. I always use this with every setting spray. So I spray this first, and before it dries, I go on top with the setting spray. So I use the NYX Matte Finish. So for my eyebrows, I used my Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Blonde, and then I used the ColourPop eyebrow pencil that I don't know the name of, and then my Model in a Bottle eyebrow sealer. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with everything. I did notice that it started to cling to a couple of dry patches that I have right here, but I mean, it doesn't bother me, so. So this is what my skin looks like up close with all my makeup on. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's the dry patches. So I'm gonna go ahead and go throughout my day, and I will do a few check-ins. I'll see you guys here in about 4 hours and do a check-in then. I have pretty high hopes for this foundation, so fingers crossed. I just scratched myself. Oh. Anyways, so I am back for my 4-hour check-in. It's 3:20. Everything still looks really good. I have no complaints. I love it. You know what's crazy? I was texting one of my friends. She has oily skin, and I was like, hey, have you tried out the new LA Colors matte foundation? Because we were actually talking about it like a while ago. She's like, yeah, I don't like it. It makes me feel cakey and oily. And I was like, well, she knows I have dry skin. And I was like, really? That's crazy. I was like, you know, I'm dry and I love it. Like, it's super lightweight. It didn't cake on me and it looks really good. And she's like, yeah, I think it's too matte for me. And I was like, what? It's just crazy, right? So then I asked her like what kind of primer she used, and she couldn't remember. So it could have been the primer that she used that did that to her, but I didn't have that experience, which is, again, that just goes to show that not everything works for everybody. But yeah, I thought I would throw that in there. But I really like this foundation. I think it looks so bomb, and like I would totally wear it again. I think now that it's summertime, I'm going to get like a darker shade of it because it is only $6, and I do plan on getting like a little bit tanner. This is probably like my winter shade, I guess, but I think I'm going to look into getting a darker shade for the summer because I'm obsessed. And look how good my forehead looks. It just looks blurred. Normally I have a problem with foundation getting into this line that I have right here, but this one didn't. It just looks so bomb. So I'm here for my 8-hour check-in. It's 7:15 right now, so I've had this on for 8 hours. And I honestly haven't even really looked at it. I told you guys I was gonna do yard work, but then I ended up just like dictating and like sitting there. So I did sweat just like a little bit. But other than that, it looks like the foundation is still pretty good, but like the eyeliner is starting to come off, but we're not testing that, so it doesn't matter. So I guess I feel just like a smidge oily, but not really. So I'm just gonna lightly powder. I'm only gonna keep this on for like another 2 hours, but I figured we might as well. Ooh, oh, sorry. I'm using the Maybelline Set and Smooth Powder in the shade 120. So everything still looks good. I think this is gonna be like the perfect summer foundation, especially for my dry skin. Oh my gosh. I can definitely see this foundation lasting for a good 12 hours for sure. So I'm back for my final check-in. It is 9:38, so I've had this foundation on for a little over 10 hours. This is so bomb. It's so bomb. Oh my gosh. And I can't believe it's $6. Like, I wish you guys could see my forehead in person. Like, it looks airbrushed and like flawless, and there's like no pores. It is insane. Like, everything else still looks really good too. This lip color actually lasted through like me eating twice too, so that's always good. But this foundation is I have no words. I think it just speaks for itself. I already jumped on Amazon like 4 hours into wearing it and purchased a darker shade of this. Although I looked at lacolors.com, and then I also looked at Amazon, and I tried to compare like the shade swatches, and I really couldn't find, and nobody has a description under the shade, so I don't know if they're like neutral, warm, cool, whatever. So I found one that was like 4 shades darker than this shade, which is natural. I'm hoping that will work, but we'll see. If not, I guess I can always mix it with this one. But if you have dry skin and you're looking for a matte foundation that's going to last, I highly suggest checking out LA Colors Truly Matte. Seriously, it is so good. And for $6, so you know, whenever you get a foundation, you can manipulate it with whatever primer you used, and I'm pretty sure the primer that I used, the Milani Prime Light, isn't super moisturizing. It's just kind of like a normal primer. Like, it's not super matte and it's not moisturizing. It's just kind of like primes the skin and adds a little bit of glow. So I feel like if I wanted it to look more moisturizing, I would just use a more moisturizing primer. If I wanted to make it more matte, which I wouldn't because I'm dry and this is like good enough for me, then I would just use a matte primer. So if you guys have tried out this foundation, let me know in the comments below. If not, and you're looking for a matte foundation for the summertime and you have dry skin, get this. And if you try it, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching my foundation first impression. Please don't forget to subscribe on your way out, and please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later. Bye.